All right, everybody, welcome. We're talking about the stock market. Upper left-hand corner here, you can see we're dealing with the E-mini S&P 500 futures. This is just after the market closed, 5 minutes after it closed. Today is October 8th, Friday, 2021. Today's range over here in the upper right-hand corner, you can see, was 31.5. Pretty small day. Yesterday, I said that this candlestick, this one right here, that candlestick, I said a little unusual to see this candlestick, even in downward trends. I look back in 2018, which had a monster downward trend at the end of the year, and even then it was hard to find this kind of candlestick here from yesterday. But in a few places that I did see it, especially in the downtrend like we're in now, okay, more times than not, you get a smallish red candlestick afterwards, especially if you're up near kind of the upper part of a channel here, which we have a channel or slightly descending wedge. I'll go with descending wedge as it is narrowing here just a little bit. Okay. I said that yesterday. I said, well, I think we're going to get a small candlestick. I thought it would fill this. One of the big, most likely scenarios was it would fill this wick. Didn't quite do that. When I say fill, I mean the entire range of today's candlestick. But it got up about halfway up that wick, and I thought it would be, there was a good chance it'd be a red or small candlestick today. Well, what do you know? There it is. So, yeah, turned out about how I would expect it. You know, the thing I was really wanted to watch today is, was it going to come up and touch the top trend line? Well, it didn't do that. Okay, so after yesterday's candlestick, it kind of looks like a weak, even though that yesterday's candlestick was green, that's kind of on the weak side to finish almost 50% down from the high of the candlestick, right? That's kind of a weak sign to finish the day like that. And today reflect that weakness, yeah? Now, what I want to look at here is come down to, let's jump right down to the Big Daddy forecast. Hello? What is going on? Let me just circle that like a gazillion times. Whoa, out of control. What's going on there? Big Daddy forecast says, watch out Monday. That's pretty much what it's telling me. Because, you know, the Big Daddy forecast and I had a little conversation before this video. Okay, all kidding aside. Yeah. You know, that's definitely telling us that expect downward price on, going into Monday. Now, we don't have confirmation because look at this stochastic momentum index, still really very positive. And I talk about this all the time. We wait for confirmation. Okay, even the VIX is not showing us anything about volatility going up, right? We haven't had that little uptick in the VIX down here. Okay, so we don't have confirmation from any other indicators. Just Big Daddy, predictive forecast, Big Daddy. Oh, the Big Daddy right there. What's it telling us, guys? Well, we all know what it's telling us, right? So, you know, the Big Daddy doesn't always get it right. Not every time. You know, it's possible Monday we could get this, this kind of rebound thing going on. It has happened. Okay? It's happened before. But, so we'll have to wait to see how that goes. Down here at the VIX, we can see the last 3 days. Wednesday was 21. Volatility's been coming down. It came down about 1.5 points on yesterday on Thursday, and today was down about, let's just call it 3/4 of a point, right? Is my math right there? Yeah, about close to 3/4 of a point. All right. So volatility's coming down, but it's slowed a little bit, right? It's slowed its descent, but that's a pretty good jump, or I should say decline, in volatility from Wednesday to Friday. That is a pretty good, significant decline, guys. We're looking at 2 1/4, let's call it, drop in volatility over 3 days. Yeah, pretty significant. And that makes sense, right? Because we had these monster green days, right? Okay. So, as I said yesterday, I haven't closed any positions, right? I've been waiting And I talked about yesterday about swing trade. And here's the deal, guys. With Big Daddy saying that Monday's going to be a down day, which, whatever that is, little down day, it may be a little sideways, red sideways, it might be just plain old sideways. It might just come up and kind of track along for a few days along this trend line. See how it did that over here? See these guys right here? See how it tracked? They kind of tracked along that trend line for a while, but they were tracking along it, but they were tracking down. Okay, we might get something like that. Okay. It's possible to go up, but right now, if I had to flip a coin, I would be leaning towards Monday being a down day. Okay. So, and we'll see confirmation if that's true. You'll see it in the Stochastic Momentum Index, right? This will start kind of tipping over, and the red line will getting closer to the blue line, right? You'll get something like that. You might see a little nudge in the old VIXY, Wixie. Okay. Might see something like that. If that happens, that's good confirmation. So what do I think about Monday for those of you that are thinking about a trade? And yes, I don't give financial advice, or I should say, no, I don't give financial advice. Educational video only, guys. I'm only talking to you about what I would do, maybe, possibly, okay? Just sharing with everybody, right? But Monday, I would probably nibble. And I might even, it's possible I would take a nibble on Monday on the short side. Keep it really small. For me, that might be one contract, two contract, whatever it is. Everybody's got to define for themselves what small is. I wouldn't get out in front of this thing. That's very dangerous. Just keep it really small. That's how I would do it. And then if the day gets big, and there's something I want to say here, okay? This kind of been, shall I say, in my spirit, okay? That may sound weird to some of you out there, but for those of you you know I believe in Jesus, okay? But anyway, I don't want to get weird. A lot of people don't understand. I'm not going to go off on some religious, because I'm not religious at all. Okay, but I don't want to go off on some tangent here in the middle of a trading video. But just a little something internally that I'm kind of getting a sense that, guys, I think we are going to get, and I don't know when it's going to happen, but I honestly believe we're going to get a day like this somewhere. Okay? We're going to get one of these monster days. Okay? I'm not saying that's going to be Monday. I have no idea. But somewhere, and it may be in this cycle, and it may be over here in November, I don't know, but something's telling me we're going to get a 100-point day. And I think it's possible sometime throughout this entire autumn. And yes, we may get some stuff up in here. We could get all that kind of stuff going on too. But I think somewhere throughout this autumn, going into winter, maybe even to January, we could quite possibly hear these two words I talked about before, and it's called, forgive my chicken scratches, I'm doing this with hopefully I can spell this word right. Am I spelling it right? Circuit breaker. Okay, as I chicken scratch this word out here because it's hard to do with a mouse. Circuit breaker. Circuit breaker. Okay? Yeah. I think that those two words are going to happen sometime. I don't know when, but it's kind of been resonating with me, and I think it's going to happen. And I will not be surprised on any given day when we're heading towards cycle lows that we could get one of these. Ooge! And I mean, I know we had big candles, like this one back here I think was like 94, but I'm talking about 100. Well, actually this was like 100. Like that was 101. Okay, I think this was 105 or something, whatever it was. So, but I think we're gonna get something huge. Like it might be split up between 2 days, or you get a 100-point day and then like an 80-point day. Choose like two huge days or something where maybe even bigger, like a 200-point day. Okay, and circuit breakers are gonna kick in. That's kind of what I'm getting a check internally. Okay, this resonate with me at some point throughout this whole autumn, winter, maybe even January, whatever, going into early, of next year, we're going to get something like that. I think it's going to happen. So my whole take on Monday is small nibble on the short side, keep a stop loss there in case it gets away, if it were to get away from me and start going that way. then I would stop loss out and just whatever, no problem. But at some point, it is going to make its way down here. Okay, remember, that's not until, I don't have it on here, okay, but that's not until either somewhere between 10.14, okay, through 10.18, okay, that's what that is. Wow, if I could draw it. That's what this area right here is, depending on which cycles you're looking at. And there's even another cycle that kind of goes out to 10.24, but I think that's the least of the ones that'll happen. I think we're going to get something in this date range. We're going to see this puppy come down into here. I don't know how low, okay? But here's the thing. If this was the peak, that candlestick, okay? And this line, these two candlesticks, this one right here, and of course the peak back there, all-time high, they do define that red trend line, okay? Now on this contract, you can see neither one of these came up and touched. On the SPX or the other continuous contract, I think it was much closer. It was like pretty close to touching it. So this trend line's still right in play, guys. And the fact that this thing is only coming up and touching there, not going any higher, and Monday will be a big tell. What's going to happen on Monday? If we get a red day, it's time to short it. Okay. But that just shows the weakness, guys, that this downtrend is still in play, especially if Monday gives us a red day. Okay. But I would nibble on the short side. On Monday, keep it super small. If the day starts to grow some legs onto the bottom side, fine. Add to the position. And guys and gals, I always emphasize this on this channel. Start small. Okay? And keep your stop loss in there until it turns profitable. Okay? As soon as it turns profitable, that might be $75, $50, $100, whatever it is for you, for everybody, whatever good, decent amount of profit is. As soon as that sucker turns profitable, guys, get rid of that stop loss and put in your trailing stop. And far as you want to, how much do you want to trail? That's up to you. Okay? But for crying out loud, and I'm even talking to myself because I've made this mistake. You all know about my big loss from a few days back. Okay, if you haven't watched it, I'll put a link in the description of the video. Yeah, I took a big loss like 3 or 4 days ago, whatever it was. I've been playing it cool because I didn't think this was the right trade to make it right now. I thought the best trade was to wait for this. Okay. Please put in your stop losses. Again, educational video only, but that's what I would do. Educational video only. Put in your stop losses. Why? Lock in those profits. I've had several comments now from people that say they're profitable after they've been watching my videos. That's no lie. This isn't me, clickbait. You know how it is on YouTube, guys. Hey, click on my video because, I make promises I can't keep. All those kind of people. And never show their trades and never show their positions and they never show their profits and they certainly never show their losses. Okay? But I've had several people now, I don't know how many it is, at least 3, 4, or 5 people told me that have become profitable traders lately and making profits after they watch my video. You know what, guys and gals? That makes me feel good. Seriously, I enjoy helping people. I mean that sincerely, okay? I can't hold everybody's hand because there's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of viewers now, and that's great, but I'm glad people are learning. It all comes down to how much you put into it. That's the truth, guys. I advocate mathematics. I advocate geometry. Okay? I advocate three-dimensional geometry, trigonometry. I advocate strong mathematics. They will help you. I advocate pattern matching and identifying patterns. They will definitely help you. Okay? A lot of people want to know about my Big Daddy forecast. You know how that came about, guys and gals? Pattern matching. I spent weeks, months. I even prayed about it. Okay? And pattern matching is how I came up with the Big Daddy forecast. All right? And I just kept grinding away. This whole Big Daddy forecast thing, really, guys, the gals, to be honest with you, was like 2 years in the making. I mean, it kind of took a few weeks for it to kind of, to where I felt kind of solid with it as I was crunching numbers and changing equations and doing stuff. But really, it took a couple years. You see these little green arrows? I don't really use them because they don't really mean anything. Okay? But they were part of kind of my old scripting. I kind of just left them in there. But this goes back to like over a year. I just need to pull them out of there. Just haven't pulled them out of there yet because I don't really use them. Though sometimes they're pretty accurate, You can see it's kind of accurate here. It's predicting that. But they're not very accurate, so I don't really rely on them. But it was just part of my experimentation. That's what you see these are, right? Okay? And that was like over a year. So the point I'm trying to make, don't quit. and the reason I always advocate keep it small is because while you're learning, while you're still learning your craft, trading's a craft, guys. It's kind of like an art form. It's part mathematical and it's part art. It's a little bit of both, especially cycle analysis. It's very mathematical, but it's also an art form. It's a little bit of both. My mentor, which he doesn't even know he's my mentor, Steve Miller, he talked about this several times. I've heard him say it, and he is spot on. And I'm not just saying because he said it. It's my own experience. I learned it as I learned about cycle analysis, as I developed my own algorithm, okay, and just as I became better and better as a trader. So it gives me joy, guys and gals, to my heart to hear people saying they're profitable after watching my videos and they're becoming better traders. That is such an awesome feeling. I feel like I'm making a positive contribution to the community. So bang on to all you guys and gals out there that are making money. Keep it going. Happy trading. Anyway, guys, that's my take on what I think is going to happen Monday. I do think it's going to be a red day. I have no idea if it's going to be a big one, a small one. I think it's, I don't want to put percentages on it, but I think there's a greater chance of there being a red day than a green day. For me personally, I'm probably nibble on a really small position. If we get downside momentum and it gets some legs in it, I might increase that position. And as soon as I turn profitable, I would lock in my profits with trailing stop. If I don't have that going on, I have my stop loss in there, probably kind of tight. Give it a little room to breathe, just in case the thing works against me and starts going up towards the trend line, right? That's my take for Monday going into next week, guys and gals. Don't forget that, this cycle low is still, anywhere from 6 to 10 calendar days away. So it's kind of coming upon us, which during this period, trigger, boom, is kind of what I expected to happen. How much of a boom, I don't know. But the fact that if this is our high for this little cycle, for this half of the cycle, from there to there, right? Remember, this is the middle of the cycle. If for this half of the cycle right here, if this is our high, this circle, which is significantly lower than that high, which is in the same cycle, right? It's all in the same cycle. Then, guys, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. Bombs away, meaning it should go below. It should go below these lows. Okay. Which I don't know exactly what that is, 42.60 if I remember right. Okay? So we'll see what happens. That's my take for next week, guys and gals. Listen, I always show my profit loss on this channel whenever I close a position. I got a swing trade. That's my swing trade. You're hearing about it right here. When we get somewhere down into here and I close out my swing trade, hopefully it's profitable, I definitely would share it with everybody. So hang tight. I'll continue to share my profit losses whenever I close this swing trade. I'll show everybody, okay? If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, guys and gals, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to click that little bell. You get notified all the videos that come out. Okay, guys? Happy trading, everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon. Again, next time, I'll probably put a video out over this weekend. I'm not sure about the topic yet. I got a couple ideas of what that's going to be. We'll talk to you all real soon. Again, next time.